What up, what up, what up? Motherfucking right. I'm gonna go in, punch some face mask in. You know what I mean? Get some niggas some intellectual noogies, wedgies. Pulled up bags of shit. These motherfuckers talking about it's gonna snow. I think it's just some bullshit. You know, they just getting people to buy some salt. You know what I mean? I shape piece of benedictions. I'm about to go in a minute. I'm just waiting for some shit to happen real quick. What's up?
Hey.
How you?
Good.
Oh, shit. This feels
What you
illegal.
on live?
Yeah, I'm waiting for my man to come on.
Wow. Now about to get down to the business. Your other sweater. All right, I told you brought you too.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So you gonna just do your live in your four?
I thought it was gonna take longer than you think. So
Nah,
I
I'm a
was.
quick driver. Oh shit. Came to the side. I said, shit, they about to fuck my legs. Can't take a sister out now. Shit.
I'm wild.
Oh,
You driving wild.
crazy.
I was on a live stream the other day. Yeah, I was on some boy live stream. It was.
Did you cause a ruckus? I
I
don't
guess.
know.
Nah, I mean, I didn't mean to, but it kind of did.
You're always doing something.
I mean, when you throw a rock in the crowd and then holler, then somebody got hit. But it wasn't my intention to like cause a ruckus. No. So yes and no.
The intentions was good, babe. That's all that matters.
But
You want to live right now? You say you're not on her
no.
yet.
This is my live stream. My man, you called me and was like, "You want to do a live?" I said, "All right, well, let's do it right now."
Okay. You got to get by the getting is good, huh?
Yeah,
Is
because I don't
these the
like.
ones that go with this or no?
Yeah, because
Wow.
people be wanting to talk to me on the phone just for hours, and I'm like, yo, we could just it's content. We might as well just do a video. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Just a little bit. I brought a lighter. I brought a purple lighter. I said, let me buy a lighter. And I said, I found a purple one because I was like, I didn't want you to think like when you got in my cord that
why a purple light?
no, just a different like a lighter. So I feel like if it's purple, it's my favorite color. So it's just not like no nigga just left his lighter in here because that's not the case. I keep thinking about all types of shit. I don't know. If I see the Care Bear lighter in here, I'd be like, what bitch you fucking?
A Care Bear light. Well, wow, I never even heard of a Care Bear light.
It may not be no such thing.
No, it has to be. Somebody out there is a Care Bear fanatic, but
Right.
I never seen it. I never seen it. See, motherfuckers be stalling, man. Be like, all right, Yeah, let's do a live. I'm ready right now.
One was like super cool. I had in the freezer, and then the other one wasn't. I wound up taking it out.
Hopefully, I got a cooler back there.
Yeah.
Got that fake iPhone. Let's take this tray back, cause
Did you ever try to charge it in the
don't
house or
work.
only from the phone?
No, I plugged it. I had to charge it at the job for like a day, like a whole day. It don't work.
Did you roll another blunt?
Yeah, but
No, did you roll anything else or no?
no.
Alright, well, I ain't gonna smoke all your shit. I ain't even a smoker. Shit. See how that wine is smell like drink? No, I was drinking alcohol.
See, it don't work.
Alright, what you got? I'll take it back.
My phone's right here. Case on.
Okay, so you be giving to the customers?
No, I have multiple cases, so I was selling them. I
Mm-hmm.
ain't giving them out.
Were you?
Selling them. I sell them and buy some more. Like that's my
Yeah.
hustle at work.
I get it.
I get cases off of Temu, and then when people come in, I just wait for somebody to buy that phone, and then I'll be like, I got the case right here for $10. I don't know. Should I keep the bag?
No, because if I take it back, I gotta take everything back as one, and then I will either get it replaced or figure it out.
Tell him I said he's skunk.
Things happen. Everything is not malicious.
If things happen that led to me evaluating you as skunk, that's what happened.
You had a good day today.
Yeah, I had 2 sales today.
That's good.
That's my Galaxy phone. I got the big three: Galaxy, iPhone, and Samsung.
Mm.
Fancy pants phone.
Yeah. Nice. That's how the real ones look. I got fake
Got the fake draw on there.
one. I'm just saying, like this is how the real ones look. Nice.
Fake draw.
I mean, they got the 3 cameras, but look, it's mucho grande.
Yeah, just this is fake Pro Max.
It kind of looked the same though when you look at the back.
Yeah, it kind of look the same, but you can tell it's not right.
Yeah, nah. This is definitely the official one.
Like little shit, like little detail like that. Little
Yeah,
notches and shit.
that's loud.
But shit.
No, that's the fake one.
Real nice.
So who you waiting to do?
Some crazy motherfucker, man. This joint got the Play Store on it. That shit was crazy. I'm like, oh no.
You already knew it was some bullshit. Huh?
And this nigga get in the car, he breaking this shit. He broke this shit
Oh, that's what
in
it
like
was.
0.2 seconds. I just glued it back together like fuck
You don't need to have your stuff out. What's wrong with your friends?
it. Maniac. Man. That's like freezing rain or something.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. My tax chat just came today, and I had to put them on. I said, I ain't gonna have no problems now. Now that they got them Jersey tags, they don't fuck with you. They ain't gonna fuck with you. You want me slaving over a stove?
This shit was good shit right here.
Some good shit. Like electrolytes.
I needed that shit.
What was you doing? You drinking alcohol with your boss?
No, you don't drink it.
Oh, not that one, wasn't. Not that one.
No, that was the day before yesterday. Some bullshit. He like, yeah, I'm ready right now. Almost every day.
I had left my alcohol there because like they were still drinking. So y'all going hard by it tonight, huh? Your body on tired.
A little bit. I'm kind of frustrated.
Because you wanted to get this shit done.
Yeah, because this motherfucker tell me to get on a live stream, and I'm just sitting here like,
You're like, come on, let's go. What's up?
I have to cut this joint off. What you doing? What you doing? You got another one of them? I need that shit. Water. Yeah, first.
Okay. I don't want people to know where I live. They don't know it's from me. The original Star Wars movie is returning to cinemas in 2027 for the franchise's 50th anniversary. You remember 1977? Did you go see Star Wars?
Listen, I didn't go in 77, but I did go in 98 when the new ones came out.
97 was the 20th anniversary. So yeah, you could have saw it in 97. Okay.
They're like the new ones, the bad ones came out in like 98 with Jar Jar Binks. I waited in line to see that piece of garbage.
Oh gosh, that was terrible. Whose idea was
Awful and like racist and weird.
The movie, the first Star Wars film, is set to be shown in
Yeah. I
cinemas
said,
on
I'm good.
February 19th,
He's like, all right.
2027.
Thank you.
Switch on
Okay.
your targeting computer and keep your eyes on StarWars.com for more details. They say including when and where to buy tickets. This once-in-a-generation event. The statement wrote, a newly restored version of the 1977 film is set to be shown.
This is what I was going to drink tonight, but I was drinking a tequila. But this shit is good, but I just don't like how it stings your teeth.
The original differs in a few ways from the
Because I drink wine, I be
1997
sucking into
special
my teeth
edition,
and
which
shit.
almost entirely replaced the original after creator George Lucas decided that digital technology had caught up with the original version for the movie.
Oh, which phone?
I do remember that, yes.
What's the other Galaxy?
They want the original version.
This is a Google
Is
Pixel.
this the OG now?
Oh, that's what you was going to
This
switch
is not the OG. This is another updated version. One change, which the bounty hunter Greedo shoots first in a confrontation with Han Solo, in comparison to the original, which Han is the first of the two to fire. It's the Star
I'm
Wars
about to say
people
somebody got me
that
my
are up in
truck, my
arms.
cord, but that
They
shit in
want
the
the
house.
original in theater.
Art, you gotta just stop fucking with it after a while. Let it be. It is what it is.
It's hard as shit to keep your original charger. Like,
After Star Wars is set to return to cinema, Star Wars
$50 for
Starfighter
that
is
joint.
expected to be released. So you get the original from 1977, and then another Star Wars
No, but
version.
yeah, they was talking. I was talking to them,
Will
and
be
then
released.
I think I was telling you the girl.
Will you? Go
She
to
was
the
talking
theater
because
to see the old Star Wars
I
and
was
the new
pointing
one,
out that
Starfighter.
she been going to therapy her whole life and this shit don't work.
I like
You know
the
what I
new
mean? Like,
versions. If they're entertaining
but
and they
like
have the stars, I'm in.
you notice, it's like I've been noticing is a lot of people really
And were
just
you a
don't
fan of
listen
Men in Black? Those movies.
when you
This,
talk to
this,
them.
this is the same one that was taking that girl and all that other
God,
stuff.
I love them. Sony Pictures is
Nah,
developing
I
a
don't know. Well, I don't know that girl.
Black movie.
But I'm just saying, people in general.
No, I thought this was that one that.
Yeah. I'll put that shit up there. I forgot to take it down.
Will Smith
That's what I was cleaning up.
I thought this was the one that went crazy when we moved to Vegas. That's not her.
No, I was doing a live stream. I was talking to that,
This
that
is
girl.
somebody else.
But
Tried it.
you put that, you worded that shit crazy. She went crazy on me and went to Vegas. That's not how it
Tried
happened.
this.
I think they're trying to gauge how angry people still are at him.
Like not sitting in the car.
Rock in the
Yeah,
face.
so what?
I don't know.
We ain't
So
driving.
Will Smith is now well liked, Lisa, by the public, even though it's been how many years
Not
do you
bad,
think
right?
when he slapped Chris Rock in
What
the
is
face on national
It's
television
wine.
during the Academy Awards?
Oh, they talking about Chris Rock.
See, no one remembers. They just remember the slap.
2019.
It's been
That shit
4
was fake as
years,
shit.
Lisa.
I think it
4
was real.
years. Men in Black.
Because it was like,
It's been 4 years
damn.
since he
Man,
slapped
This is the wine that I
shit was
drink when I
fake as
drink
hell.
wine. Because this shit gets you drunk and horny.
That shit was fake. That shit was fake as hell. Fake stage event.
You want me slaving over a stone. I hit my phone. Gotta be ringing. I said, I.
Nigga to get on a fucking stream. I fell asleep in that.
Y'all do gotta sleep properly. You're always falling asleep and shit. Just like you. Keep my mouth shut.
Dickhead, like dumbass nigga, man. Oh, shit.
It's on. Fight night.
What are you doing, man?
I just got out of the tub.
Okay,
I just,
my disgust meter was rising. You know what I mean?
I'm
Mildly disgusted.
I'm clean. Yeah. Well, shit getting real. Is it real enough for you?
Yeah, you got these motherfucking fake smart motherfuckers gang banging online, talking about like they got these niggas talking about race and fucking identity and all this other bullshit. You know, to keep you not focused on what you really need to be doing. To, you know what I'm saying? Especially getting your resources together, surviving. You know, whatever bullshit shit that got laid out for you. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
pretty much. Instead of manifesting, they masturbating. They
Like
making some big fucking mess all over the internet.
2025 was a crazy year. You know what I mean? So you know, this is the time of the year that you evaluate. You know, you look at the tail of the tape. You know, see what you can do better for the next year. You know, a lot of people start to put together they New Year's resolutions and things like that. You know what I mean? So, but you know, this is the time of the year when you reflect on shit. You know what I mean? So you
No,
think about all of the different ups and downs and loopholes and potholes and shit. You know that been going on just throughout the year. You know, not to say that the things that happened prior to that, you know, are not applicable because you know obviously they are. They creating these kind of landslide events where all of these little sub events, you know, create like a major event that one of these things is going to get in your way or get you out of the way. If you get what I'm saying, you know what I mean?
basically, eventually you find out where the bodies are buried.
Like shit. Like remember in the beginning of the year we had the plane crash here in Philly. You know what I mean? People were saying it's a missile and all that. Like you know,
I think even before that, in the beginning of the year, we had an astrological sign. All the planets lined up in the line. It ain't been lined up in that since that configuration since the Revolutionary War over 200 years ago. Since the French Revolution.
just a sippy sip.
I'm like, man, this is for real. Like people just ain't sleeping on this shit, man. And then is the year of the snake. And like I said in the beginning of the year, before my sister died and all this death started happening, you know, the death and rebirth in the future. After the future is war. It's going to be a lot of fucking war. And right when I said I was quoting Warhammer 40K, next thing you know, the Secretary of Defense changed it to the Department of War. I said, yo, I'm like, man, look, these motherfuckers don't understand. They don't know history. They haven't studied the Gilded Age. Like we're in. This is like the Gilded Age. Everything is about to do a great transformation. So I'm just, if we smart, we need to go on the internet, study, ancient generals and how they did their strategy because that old shit still works. Learn how to be strategists and build an army and and survive. That's it. That's it. I mean, seriously, everybody can do it, or at least be part of an army or something, or a part of something great. Because if you don't, you're gonna get swallowed up. I sense a big war happening. Venezuela. I mean, he named the place the Gulf of America. So what do you think he's going to do to all those Latino speaking places? Man, come on, man. And then you saw how he was talking about those Somalians. He said they the worst. Like after you hear that, you're like, I don't want. Man, we need to just kill those motherfuckers.
Can you see it in there?
So you know, we dealing with some serious shit. It's about to go down, and just got to be ready. We shouldn't be, doom scrolling. We should be getting doom ready for this shit. All this other stuff. I mean, I can't even listen to it. These werewolves. I mean, they worship the moon. They like I worship my mother. I worship the moon goddess of destruction. And it's like, they're just a reflection of the sun. You need to go to the store and be a fucking man. Seriously.
Hey, yeah, your phone sounds like a little scratchy a little bit. You know what I mean?
Ah,
Yeah, it's
maybe.
a little better now and shit.
Yeah, I was saying, we instead of howling at the moon like these moon worshiping werewolves, we need to get a glimpse of the sun. You know, when that sun is there, we need to get enlightened. That moonlight ain't all that bright. You know.
Oh, you ever seen the movie Trading Places?
Oh yeah, I saw it kind of like when it was just out. Came out in '84, I believe, or '85.
Yeah, the boy, what was the thing? His name was Aaron Russo. You know what I'm saying? Like he had that conversation. You know, they did an interview, and he was talking about the Rockefeller brothers and
Mm,
talking about different things that they was planning to do. And of course, he brought up Venezuela. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
He was saying like, yeah, we want to knock off Venezuela. So they've been planning that shit since back then. So
mm.
a lot of people
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that like the current administration, you know, basically makes up their own, uh, come out and start trailblazing. But a lot of times,
Oliver North. You know
these
that
things
dude?
are already predetermined. So it don't matter. Like a lot of people argue about, like last night they was arguing about um, the whole political thing, like you know, what if shit would have been different if Kamala had won the presidency?
No, no, we'd have been at war sooner. We'd have
And
been.
the thing is that a couple things may have been different, but overall, the grand scheme of things is the grand scheme of things.
No, no, we would
So,
have.
so this shit be planned out way before
Dude,
presidential candidates be planned out, be well factored in rather. You know what I'm saying?
all,
So it's like,
all that
regardless of who win that election,
it
that
was.
person still got an agenda
Yeah,
to fulfill that already been predetermined way before them. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
It
So
just,
if this is the
it just,
year that
it just
the,
slowed it down a
there's
bit.
supposed to be a conflict with Venezuela or whatever, then it don't matter which president it is. That president is going to be the one that spark some shit up with Venezuela, however it come to be. It's just like all right, like people is like coming to understand like how these motherfuckers is doing the sports shit. And, we've been talking about that shit for years. And I mean, like a lot of people just now starting to catch on to the shit. That's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it. For a lot of people, that shit is hard to really let go of that fairy tale. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like when you see like I like to use this example like when you see like you're watching football or something and you see the people like run a play and it's like they almost do an interception. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, oh shit, that shit was close. And then maybe the next play or a couple plays later, they run that same exact play, and then the dude really get picked off. And it's like, well, damn, like, was you trying to get picked off? You know what I'm
It's called,
saying?
it's called a feint, and it's
But
and
yeah, but that's a part of the script. You supposed to get picked off in the second quarter. You know what I'm saying? So however y'all get to that point, when the second quarter comes, you need to be looking to get picked off because that's a part of the script. So same shit with the politics. It don't matter who won the presidency, whatever. But come December of 2025, you need to be talking some shit about Venezuela.
oh, they're gonna
You know what
do.
I'm saying? So the script was laid out way before Trump was even factored in to be a president. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think he's a trump card. He's
I
different.
mean, politics is like false flag in itself because
Right?
the things that happen in the world, you assume that it's happening because of politics, and then people will say, "Oh, those damn Republicans, oh, those damn Democrats," like you know what I'm saying, and then they follow suit with that. but that is laid out like that intentionally. Like you're supposed to think that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right,
People consider
like a year ago, like so we reevaluating. Like a year ago, I put up a video where the board was talking about in 2025 they wanted to cause a crisis with the food. Sure enough, 2025, what they do? They cut the food stamps off. Now, a lot of times, like when we see things happen, when you follow the pattern, what you actually see
that
is like beta testing. You know what I'm saying? Case in point, a lot of people got iOS 26 right now. You know what I'm saying? But
research
prior to the release of iOS 26, people was beta testing. You know what I'm saying? Like myself, pun intended. You know what I mean? So Alpha was beta testing. But but that's the part. Is that not part of prospecting?
yes.
Well, there you go. So
In fact, if anything would
the
make you
beta software is available first, right? So it's like a teaser. It's almost like a trailer. You get to see the trailer and then the movie. They don't release the movie and then the trailer, or just the movie without a trailer. Most times that they release a movie, they show you a trailer first.
yeah, you have to create a desire
Right.
because
So when you see like events happening and they say, this is gonna happen, that's gonna happen, well, what you normally will see first is a trailer. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see them do like a micro version of it, right? They fuck with the food stamps for a couple days, shut down the government. Like I told niggas, everything with Trump is seven. You know, we years ahead of niggas accidentally on purpose. I've been telling y'all niggas since 2017, pun intended, that everything with Trump is seven. You know what I'm saying? So the first government shutdown was like 35 days or some shit like that, which of course we know is a prime of seven, right?
mhm,
Is and, the last one was what 40 was it 43 days, something like that.
it
And of
was
course, 3 and 4 is seven. So a lot of these things they do is scripted. You know, been pointing this shit out to y'all. But
to do it.
unfortunately, like people like to argue about dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? And you're not seeing how a script is being laid out around you for you to follow suit. It's social engineering. Like if you're on social media, for Christ's sakes, why wouldn't you think that a social engineering aspect would be prevalent?
You sounding like me. You sounding like me, bro. I'm like, we need to study social engineering. If you study social engineering and the archetypes and understand that, and then you combine it with numerology, and then you combine it with etymology, the source of words, and then you combine it with history. And
Well, like I said, I've been saying this shit since 2016, 2017. So like, what's really happening is you understanding what I've been saying now. You know what I mean? Now the language is not foreign. It's not like French now. It's like English.
well,
You know what I'm saying?
well, fortunately, we're both extroverted intuitives. You're a thinker and I'm a feeler. We both are getting to this understanding, and we're doing it kind of like in the same way, but we're doing it with um, different perspectives.
So
Right? Because I'm a thinker judger, and I'm a feeler judger, and you're a thinker prospect. So, but when you get those two, and you can see both of them, you see both hands. We only got two hands, bro. Got two hands, and you can't just use one hand all the time. That's just retarded. You're acting like a Republican. You don't want to use your left hand. Why? Because it's not like shit.
yeah, cause you wipe your ass with your left hand.
Bro, this shit is not by mistake. This shit is by purpose. Because everything in life is purpose based. If you don't think so, well, you just don't understand the fucking
So
mind.
it's like and it's a purpose. It's a reason rather, and it's a purpose why most melanated people online is talking about relationships.
Because
It's the reason behind it.
theirs is in shambles.
Because they pigeonhole to talk about that. Like motherfuckers is like, see, like, we've been doing this shit, us in particular, we've been doing this before it was like trending and fashionable.
I
before
think
people was
I
getting paid for it. Like
think
if anything, you got paid from the community directly, but not like setting up your PayPal and your YouTube and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And monetizing your videos. When that shit first happened, I'm like, I know it's a play behind this. Just seeing how much they how much emphasis they put in censorship and controlling the narrative. Why would they then start like financing people to like throw stones at the glass house they live in?
well, let
You know
me
what I'm
tell
saying? So what it is that once they got you comfortable with getting a paycheck, they just tighten the noose, and now it's your job.
you. Yeah,
Oh,
because
you want to talk? You want to keep your YouTube channel? You want to keep your Instagram shit? You gonna talk about what we want you to talk about, or you gonna be demonetized, nigga.
bow down before the God you serve.
Right.
You're
So
gonna
so all of these people just switched. They went from you asked niggas a couple years ago before COVID, everybody wanted to make a difference. Everybody is woke and everybody is fighting the system. Fast forward now today,
when
everybody relationship specialist talking about la la land bullshit because you ain't trying to get demonetized.
I tried to watch that movie, I couldn't watch it. I couldn't watch the whole movie. I just couldn't do it. You said a lot many times, man. I had to turn the movie off.
But that's the news. That's the news that they put. That's the news that they put around niggas' necks. You
I
know what
keep
I'm saying? And motherfuckers didn't realize it. You figured that all right? Yeah, we breaking the system or whatever. A lot of people. It's almost like that movie Snowpiercer. You know what I mean? Where you think you at the front of the train, but you ain't know that getting to that part of the train was a setup. They got you right where they want you to wipe you out. You know what I'm saying?
we got them right where we want them. Oh,
Y'all, we told y'all about the black identity extremist shit. You know, we showed you how the what's them niggas name? People don't even say their names no more. The what's them niggas with Grandmaster Jay? Boy used to be a DJ and he ran for president and he had like alphabet level security clearance and all of that. And then he turned revolutionary and he's supposed to got locked up because he pointed a ratchet at somebody. Remember them dudes? What happened to them? You know what I'm saying? Them people that was walking around near the Georgia Guidestones claiming they was looking for the Klan with ratchets and babies with ratchets with no clips and babies and cameras. You know what I'm saying?
whoa.
This is, and we tell it, and I never forget when I told the boy, I said, yo, they playing y'all. Y'all telling people to change your profile picture, joining this organization. We
Yeah,
not, we not, we removing the security clearance and we letting anybody sign. These is all things that they
you
marking
told them
people for
before.
black identity extremists.
You
Sent the memos out to people. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is like saying to me, I'm laughing like, Pill, what is this? Nigga, you know what this shit is. It's the shit that you doing, and I'm showing you that I know what the fuck you doing. And you
they
need to stop it. You know what I'm saying?
those dudes.
Fast forward to the day, we got Tariq Nasheed running the motherfucking band of misfits talking about they foundational black Americans. And it's like, all right,
Out of nowhere.
if you're a foundational
Niggas.
black American, right?
We don't know these niggas.
Like, look, this the kicker right here. If you from the foundation, you foundational black American. To tell me what the name of this country is prior to the Italian explorer who America is named after. You know what I'm saying? Tell me that. Then we can see some traction going. But if you're telling me that you the foundation and you always been here, then why would you call your shit like why would I call my hood a name that somebody else made up?
Hey,
You
this
know what I'm saying?
a banana.
Like if I built this hood and I named this hood, right? And it's my hood. How
We
can
know
somebody else come in and name my shit and then I go along with it like, yo, this is Turtle Island right here, right?
it's the
This is
essence.
our shit. This is Turtle Island right here. And
It's
then some other motherfuckers come up and say, you know what? this is America. And then y'all niggas say, yup, yeah,
Yeah,
this is America.
okay.
I'm American. Matter of fact, I'm a foundational black American. What happened to Turtle Island? You know what I'm saying? Even like when motherfuckers be saying like, Egypt is America. They're playing hide and go seek with countries and shit. Like Egypt is in Chicago. Egypt is in Florida. Egypt is the whole America. But what is the but all right, fucking what is the name of the country that they call Egypt over there? If Egypt is here, then what is that? Is that America over there? Like, how do you just lift the name from a country and just put it somewhere else without putting back? It's like all right, like Rick. Look, you the black Indiana Jones, and you understand better than anybody. If you go in and you pick up the crystal skull, right, and you remove the crystal skull, what's going to happen if you don't put something back at equal weight?
It's a trap.
It's a trap, and you're
It's
gonna trigger that
a
motherfucking ball.
trap. I can
You know
see
what I'm
it.
saying? And it's gonna be about that ass. So y'all attempting to remove the crystal ball without putting something back. Like, all right, well, if Egypt is here, then what's over there? That's just a basic common sense question.
Dude, can you
You know what
see
I'm saying? But
that?
here's the kicker though. Same thing with America. If you calling the name Egypt, that somebody else called that country. But what do the people from that country call that country?
All right, let me get to the root of it. These niggas don't have sovereignty. If you had sovereignty, nobody can change your fucking name, Toby. You
Right.
understand? So if
So
you
so you calling the country Egypt
you're
or you calling the country America lets me know your timestamp in terms of your academic level. You ain't went past X amount of years.
reaching for
You know what I'm saying? So when you talking about a Kiba line or fucking Kemet or some, you know what I'm saying, something like that, or even just breaking down what does Egypt mean? What does it mean? What's the meaning of Egypt?
you're trying to connect to
You know what I'm
something
saying?
connected to. Because you have look, is a roach. Is a roach, bro. Is a roach. The roach
You
is
would
a roach.
sound more believable if you
And
said that
they're trying to
Kemet. If you
switch
said
roach.
America was Kemet, that would make more sense.
Look, dude, they
But
just
because you say America is Egypt, I know that you ain't even up on your Egyptology to be able to make that statement.
dude, they smoking
You
ass.
think that you're saying something smart and profound, but you actually don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a woman trying to
It
take
it's the Dunning
and,
Kruger effect. You know what I'm saying? Where
and,
your confidence
and
outweighs your competence. You got people who are profoundly confident, but their competence is minuscule at best.
their confidence is with
It's what they like the Spanish motherfuckers say, pequeño,
poquito.
pequeño competence. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, motherfuckers get on the green screen, they start pointing at shit they ain't ever read. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know that this is the metal netter. Do you say this is the metal netter or some stupid shit? But you try to tell me that you went from being a pharaoh to an Indian. So I went from creating the minute, the second, studying the stars for thousands of years, building geological structures that have become one of the ninth wonders of the world, and then I'm gonna go live in a teepee in a hut as a nomad. It
Dude,
make it make sense. Like, why would you build your best shit somewhere else? It's just like if I'm a rapper, right? If I'm a rapper or I'm a producer or something, right? When I'm working with other clientele, I'm giving them the basic shit. But when I do my album, I'm saving my best beats. I'm saving my best verses for my shit, for my album.
because you want to
So
be
why would I go somewhere else
he
and build some shit
requires
better than the shit that
separation.
I'm living in here? The shit that I'm living in here is like some pick up and go type house, but I'm gonna go travel 12,000 kilometers across ocean to go build some shit that's better than the shit in my house.
Maybe they did, but
Make it make sense.
okay, I'll make it make sense. Maybe shot it off, and there's no connection. You know, when is it? Because if they didn't die off, it'd be black people. You know, the Native Americans. That's were word lines, but that's not the case. Evidently, the civilization might have happened and then it died off, but you claiming it. You claiming a dead civilization that's gone, and they're saying that you've been here, but guess what? You're defeated. Okay? And you have no power. You have no power, no structure, no military structure, no sovereign structure at all, and you're talking shit. You sound like a bitch that's in the ghetto
You
talking about
talking shit.
the best pussy in the hood.
You talking shit on a white owned platform.
Oh my God. Can
Like
we
like you didn't even
unsovereignized
attempt. You
children?
didn't even attempt to get your own website, let
Children.
alone your own internet. Like,
What
you on white people broadband communication, white people telecommunication. Yeah, we could argue and talk about, yeah, a black man invented the cell phone and invented that, but okay, well, just like Jay-Z said, I heard motherfuckers saying they made Hove. Okay, make another Hove. You know what I'm saying? So all right, yeah, we made the
that's
cell phone.
that's
All right,
that's
when the brother made the
no
cell phone, y'all ain't want it. Y'all wanted the iPhone.
no.
You know
To
what I'm saying? Well,
any
we
people that
not thinking
say
about
that,
getting our own internet. We want to be on somebody else shit. A
people that
brother
talk
come
like
out with
stop
a black owned social media. We don't want to get on that shit. We want to be on the white people shit.
that
You know what
talk
I'm saying? So
are
you
straight
show
out.
no initiative for sovereignty, just like my man Rick is saying. You show no initiative for sovereignty.
They're
But you
afraid to
claiming
be
you
sovereign.
claiming you claiming that you want something back, or that you have a birthright. But what if you attempted to do? Your leader has a museum.
They worship the moon.
Like, and just think about it. Wherever his museum, wherever Tariq Nasheed Museum is at, right? I guarantee you, it's homeless people, black foundational Americans sleeping outside around the fucking museum or begging for change around the museum. So how is that museum helping the black foundational American community?
Because they're philosopher stone working motherfuckers. They
Like
work
you said, like let's run down some things that you just pointed out. These motherfuckers don't have a bank, they don't have a school, they
vampire,
don't have a military, they
vampire.
don't have a hospital.
That's what I just said
You know what
earlier.
I'm saying? But you got a
Vampire.
museum, though, that charges each other to come in to look at some shit to intellectually masturbate, as my man Rick would say.
It's not a
You know what
museum.
I'm saying?
Look, wait, first,
What
well, no,
just
no,
like my
no.
man, Kiss said, my son can't eat them plaques.
It's a zoo.
You know what I'm saying? My son can't eat that wax. You
It's a
know, what are we doing to provide a better living for our people? Because you're having a museum is like in the wrong direction. That's some shit that you have, but after you got the bank and the school, because the first thing that you would do is that you would have a military.
it's not a museum. It's
So,
worship.
so when
It's
you saying you gonna get your land back, right? So you think that you just going to galvanize people on social media, on white-owned social media, to the point that these where's Black Ice at? Like, y'all motherfuckers is asking Ice to fucking take immigrants back to where they from, but but but
yo,
but at the same time you saying that this is your land. So where Black Ice at right now? As they saying it's about to snow, it's about to be some black ice out there. Where's the Black Ice team at, running around telling white people to go back to America? Where's the FBA Black Ice team at?
those crusaders ain't
You know what I'm saying?
they quiet. They quiet. They
Right. Y'all look. These niggas is online asking white people to send people back to where they from. But you claiming that this is your land and they stole your land and your birthright and you gonna get it back from them, but you asking them to do your work. Where's the
I was
Black Ice team at? It sounds funny, but it's real talk. Where's the Black Ice team telling these motherfucking Europeans to pack it up and go back to fucking Europe and Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan and all the other places where the fuck they from?
No, they going to North Philly. They going
Go
to
back to the old country. Where the fuck is that? Where the Black Ice team taking these motherfuckers back to the old country?
the thing about it is, it's okay if they come. It's just they don't respect us. They can't respect.
There is no Black Ice team because niggas is too busy arguing with low hanging fruit. Like niggas is suffering from displacement, literally. You mad that these motherfuckers stole your land, renamed your land. You agreed to the name change, right? Obviously, you go along with them kicking other people and regulating shit on your land. You know what I'm saying? So where is the split at? And y'all applauding Trump. Y'all applaud Trump. Where is the split from the people? How I don't see what direction y'all going to get your land back, because it seems like you're going along with the perpetrators.
These
You're
wolves.
going along with the land snatchers, like the motherfuckers who made your people walk the Trail of Tears, right? Made our people walk the Trail of Tears, right? Y'all
These
going along with them, but and calling ICE on Africans.
werewolves are what? Worshiping the moon. They build their houses with the moonlight.
So all right, so theoretically, fast forward, ICE round up all the motherfucking immigrants and get all these motherfuckers up out of here, and now it's just us and them. What you think they gonna start doing then? You know what I'm saying? From now to then, in that timeline, what the fuck do you plan to do until they start to redirect the target on you? Well, you know what I'm saying? After they pack up Venezuelans and Somalians and whoever else the fuck that y'all happy that they going after right now, after they get them out the way, right? Then what you gonna do?
Well,
What you gonna do when now that they like, you know what?
they started with them
Don't
Somali.
want y'all here neither.
Dang.
You know what I mean?
You saw how he was talking about them Somalians. It's like, man, we should all just kill all of them. Like, for real. We should help them, right? We should help kill all the Somalian population in this country. That's the way he was talking. He was like, they garbage. I was like, wow, I like that. I like it. I like it when white people start talking from the heart,
Where you going?
you know? But see, like I said, all this shit is like is the 1920s all over again. And if you don't understand what happened in the 1920s, Google it. Yeah, because that's exactly what the fuck's happening, bro. I mean, Hitler, he took power. He took over the Senate in 1925, and then he took full control, and he became the Fuhrer in 1927, I think, something like that. But like, we're here. We're here. We're living the 100 years later, right? 100 years later, and we're having the same issues because all of humanity that learned the lesson had died, and now we have to learn it again.
Well, because they running the same plays. Like, all right, like when
Well,
the
I mean, they
COVID
still in
when the
power.
COVID
What do
shit
you expect?
happened. Look, when the COVID shit happened,
Well,
that was the 100-year anniversary of the Spanish flu, and it's
there you
called
go.
coronavirus, which is Spanish bear. We called that from
Yeah,
the rip. You know,
it had
when the
almost.
George Floyd shit happened, when the George Floyd shit happened, that was the 100-year anniversary of the Tulsa, Oklahoma riots. You know what I'm saying? So
Niggas
it's like
ain't
when you don't like when the motherfucker, what's the boy who said, if you don't know your history, you're bound to repeat it.
Dick Gregory. Dick
It's
Gregory.
I think it was Mark Twain who said that. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? But whoever said it,
uh,
shout out to Dick Gregory. Fuck Mark Twain. If you not,
he said history repeats itself or
you
rhymes.
know, but yeah, but that's because they run in the same play. It's not, you know what I'm saying? They
Yeah,
run in. If I like it goes into the same thing where they say,
and
if
again,
it ain't broke, don't fix it. So
there
if
you
I
go.
ran this play on these people before and it was successful, why would I change it up?
Niggas
Y'all
still
sweet
today.
for this shit. Y'all sweet for the same moves. So I can run the same play on you, and you know what I'm saying, and you won't even know it. because if I stretch it out long enough, you're gonna forget all about it. Motherfuckers forget, like, we can do a recap of the shit that happened just in the year. People that forgot about. You so desensitized that you done forgot about, umpteen school shootings and plane crashes and train derailments and shit, like all of this shit. Fake assassinations and all that shit. People getting shot in their neck. All the shit that happened throughout the year. You so desensitized at this point that you done forgot all about the shit. And every day you get on social media, hungry for more destruction and degeneracy. You know what I'm
It's called
saying?
engineering. I mean, the FBI and the CIA is, all the alphabets. They do it, and we don't know shit about it. And they already used it on us, and now they're going to use it on us again to try to wipe us out. So if you think,
Well, see, it's more about creating a situation that you do it to yourself. It's like Clue, where the lights go off and the lights come back on, and somebody got a knife in their back and don't know nobody know who did it. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. If a motherfucker wanted to run down and eradicate you, they'd have did that by now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but if you
but
don't, if
but
you
the
think,
thing is that is when it goes down in the history books that, in some cases they already wrote and they talk about us in the past tense, and they say, they'll say, uh our downfall was our lack of unity, and their community imploded and collapsed on itself, and infighting caused their demise.
that
You know what I'm saying? And
that's
they done wrote some, like,
algorithm
just like the shit that they always do. They write that shit in advance. They write the shit
called
before
an
it happens.
algorithm. That's called
And you find out later that, oh shit, they published this book the day before that this some bullshit happened, or they put
yeah,
this GoFundMe shit up the day before some bullshit happened.
yeah,
We've been telling y'all that shit been happening for over 10 years.
yeah,
You know
and
what I'm saying? And so it's like, a lot of times people hit me up and they'll be like, yo, like, I seen somebody making a video or talking about some shit that you was doing, and I'm like, okay, that's what's supposed to happen. I
no,
wasn't supposed to be. I wasn't supposed to be the only person talking about this shit. Like, it was supposed to be regular conversation. That was the whole point of making the videos in the first place. But we fell into this competitive bullshit where you want to be the first to do this or say I started doing that. The whole point of doing it was to get everybody else talking about it in the first place. You know what I'm
well,
saying? So when I
talking,
see people talking about shit, and I be like, that's what's up.
well,
The climate is changing. The narrative is changing. We are
it's
controlling the narrative. We're not supposed to be leaving each other out here like that. Where,
now
yeah,
we
I
have
know a
to
bull
do
who be
something.
talking like, who be
We have to
dropping knowledge. We all supposed to be dropping knowledge.
we
We
have to
all supposed to
build.
be learning from each other.
Now we have to build. We learned shit. What are you going to do with all that knowledge? You just going to tell people and just sit back and sit on your ass and talk? No, no, we got to do stuff because we're talking about people, and we gotta be knights. We gotta grab the sword. We gotta grab that ice sword and that fire sword and start fucking shit up.
Or, people do need to be galvanized. So, that's one thing about, regularly making a presence on social media. Aside from all the little bullshit that be happening, it is optimal to continue to have a presence online, because it's people that be looking for that shit. It's people who are inspired by that shit.
Mm.
And if you're not doing that, then there's always going to be somebody lying to them. The devil, in that regard, work harder than a god or an angel, because when you going through some shit, or when you got other shit you got to do, or you got to get some money or some shit like that, these motherfuckers is constantly on here lying and manipulating people every day. You
Hey,
know,
they're
so
influencers.
so so
They're called influencers. They're
so
called
every
influencers.
so often we gotta cut on the flamethrower and burn back a couple thousand feet of zombies. You know what I mean?
Well, that's man. Look, I'm fire. You're ice. Look, you freeze them and you shatter them into 1,000 pieces to where they can't do that shit no more. That's what the Crusader job is, to just lay waste to the enemy, lay waste to them. No mercy, only justice. They deserve it. They earned it. They
I mean, like
live in hypocrisy.
understanding the social climate is key. You know, because it's a lot of times where we have either underestimated, the population or overestimated. You know, a lot of times we thought people were smarter than what they are,
Fuck, man.
and that's heartbreaking. But then also we can also see where we not as dumb as people thought that as we was,
Yeah.
because we don't all follow suit with the dumb shit how they assume that we going to.
Well,
So
look.
that's a W. That's a W. So yeah, a lot of times we focus on the negative. We might look at people and, oh yeah, these niggas is dumb, these niggas is lost, these niggas is this and that. But as a collective, some of the things that some of the traps that they laid out for us, we navigated that shit like, man, that shit's bullshit.
Hmm.
Like, all right, like case in point, these niggas was telling us they were trying to really get us to be focused on the flat Earth shit. Now the shit is a fucking look now that shit is a fucking joke. It's a fucking meme. And you seen the video and the girl was like, why the fuck would I give a fuck about the shape of the Earth? I still gotta live. That's the shit that we've been telling y'all for years.
They're masturbating.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a masturbation.
Condition is it's just like Area 51. It's a condition. Somebody will say, you can't go to Area 51. Does that mean that the Earth is flat because you can't go to Area 51? I heard the president can't go to Area 51. That's a condition. That is not an indication of a shape. So when somebody say you can't go to Antarctica, that means the Earth is flat. That's a condition.
No, no, they can.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It's like, and I always use this analogy. I banged it in people's head until it became a joke. I use this analogy when I say arguing about that shit is like being in the car, speeding down the fucking highway, and your brakes went out, and y'all about to drive off into the ravine or some shit, and the nigga in the back seat start arguing about what's on the radio, and y'all niggas is arguing about what's playing on the radio instead of coming up with an idea how to stop this damn car and save your life. You know what I'm saying? You're
Mhm.
arguing about the wrong shit at the wrong time, and it's intentional. These motherfuckers slide into bullshit with this social
It's
engineering via
important.
social media to have you arguing about dumb shit at the wrong fucking time.
Yeah. See, like the devil is crafty, and that's who their master is. I mean, these guys. I just tell people this with the whole flat Earth thing. I'm like, when you throw up some water and the drops are falling, what is their shape? Are they flat? And he's like, no, because of gravity. Okay, let's take away from gravity. Look out, look at, dude, come on. Everything is a sphere.
Well, it's with that. I like to encompass the intellectual purge because that's something that we've been advocating for years. It's the intellectual purge. You got a lot of fake smart people out here, and
Mm,
through their travels, they will be headed, and a lot of times they will behead themselves because they was too arrogant. They thought they could manipulate people with their bullshit. You will come across somebody who really is a swordsman, and they're gonna chop your head off with that knowledge.
dude,
You know what I'm saying?
these
So
guys,
so so
uh,
there's a lot of people saying stupid shit,
they,
and then when they meet somebody who has real intelligence, then now you know what I'm saying, it's something
they,
different. You know, like somebody is say in that regard, I ask somebody, I straight up tell somebody, nature don't make flat things. Nature don't make flat things or straight lines.
mm,
And they
oh,
say
man,
no, that's not true. And I say, okay, name one thing that's flat. And the
yeah,
motherfucker say water, and I say, okay, you have a good night. You go home and get some milk, and get some milk and some cookies and go to sleep because you're a child when it comes to knowledge and academia. If you
fucking,
think that water is flat, then you don't know what you're talking about. That you're not qualified to speak. That's what I've been telling people lately. You're not even qualified to speak on certain things. Why are we arguing when people who we know these are the type of people who will argue who will have a leak in their faucet, right? They
mm,
will call the plumber. Plumber come to the house, tell them what the fuck they need. They will argue with the fucking plumber and tell him he don't know what the fuck they talking about. They ain't never changed a pipe in their life. But you arguing with experts. You arguing with people who study shit for years, and you telling them people that they don't know what they're talking about because of how you feel.
And
This
they
is the
can,
type of people who we dealing with out here.
they
That's what
can
I telling the girl last night. These motherfuckers argue with the psychiatrist. Look, this is how crazy this shit is. I'm dropping some psychology, some psychology knowledge on these people, right? The girl tell me, you ain't no certified psychologist. And I said, you argue with the therapist. She said, yes, I do. And I said, well, how the fuck can you tell me that you telling me that I don't have credentials, but you argue with people who have credentials? So
nigga,
like, what the
but I
fuck is
don't got
wrong?
a human license.
So when somebody who got credentials tells he says to you, no, that was some real shit. He said, and you need to get some help. You saying, well, fuck both of y'all. Y'all weird, and you gonna go find you another psychiatrist that's gonna tell you what you want to hear. You know, and I was saying to people that people tout therapy as a flex and as an insult. You know, but in
Well,
reality, just because you went to therapy don't mean that you actually applied the knowledge.
you need to
Doesn't actually mean that you told the truth.
stay in therapy.
You
You
know what
need
I'm saying?
to,
Because somebody say, "Oh, I've been in I go to therapy." Well, how come your mom's still on the block list then? How come you don't fuck with your cousin, or you still got an axe to grind with so and so? You telling me that your therapist approved that shit?
well, he's a werewolf.
You a fucking liar if you want to sit up here and tell me that you got a beef with your mom and you don't speak to your mom no more, and nowhere on your therapist checklist a goal or requirement for you was to make amends with your mother. You're a fucking liar. So these people who say, "Oh yeah, I go to therapy," but their actions are still the same. You
Well, look,
you try to flex like you doing like, but the teacher knows when the student didn't do their homework.
well, maybe the homework
You know what
is,
I'm saying?
well,
You
check,
you tell you telling me about that's like somebody trying to tell you about a movie that they never seen, and you know they ain't see the movie.
well, I'll put it to you this way. If you study any serial killer, any serial rapist, these dudes, they were okay. What really fucked them up was their relationships with their mother. Now, if you think that I'm lying, study Ted Bundy, okay? Study these people, man. We, like, we're catching their vibes, we're catching their genes, we're literally tainted by these people. And these people don't like us, do. But the ones that's in control,
See, the thing is that people is fortifying their bullshit. Where there's a coming to light or a coming to Jesus moment, people is turning their backs and running away like vampires. They
look,
staying in the dark. They
I
don't want to come into the light. They
because
want to stay in their ignorance. They want to stay in their arrogance
when you're
because, of course, arrogance breeds ignorance. So they want to stay in their arrogance, which in turn makes them ignorant. So let's say that more accurately.
piety,
They holding on to their arrogance in a lofty way. You know what
piety,
I'm saying? So
piety.
they can't be enlightened in that fashion. You know what I'm saying? They can only be agitated. And they're gonna run to a solution. They're gonna run to somebody who accepts and coddles their bullshit.
You try to
You know what I'm
talk,
saying?
they'll bite
So
this.
sometimes you gotta let people just see shit for themselves.
You ever try to talk down the werewolf? Nigga, you better have a silver bullet. Dude, these guys are dangerous. They're not human. Look. They've been raised by witchcraft. 75% single mother.
Oh, I mean,
And then
but see, but that makes them victims. And the thing is that you don't get mad at sick people.
I know, but
It's like we have we developed a system in this society where it's like we blame people for the things that people have done to them.
we
You
make
know what
you
I'm saying? And we the biggest victims of that.
but
Everybody done some shit to black people, but they talking about they got black fatigue. Shit, we got y'all fatigue. I got Asian fatigue. I got white fatigue. I got Jewish fatigue. You know what I'm saying? I got Italian fatigue. I got a fatigue from all of y'all.
They
You know what I'm
don't
saying? Because I ain't did nothing to none of y'all.
after
Y'all
they
motherfuckers coming and blood suckers of the poor, leech on my community, tax the fuck out of us, drop
cannibals,
poison off in our
black
community,
people.
disrespect us, blackface the fuck out of us. Y'all do that shit to us in a perpetual basis, constantly. You know
Some
what I'm
of
saying?
some of those
And
crack
we ain't did nothing. Anything that we ever said was on defense. We didn't wake up one day and say, you know what, I'm gonna be mean to this person. I'm gonna be mean to that group of people. If we woke up and defended ourselves, and y'all and they have dehumanized us so much that our defense is like offense. They like who
look,
these people got the audacity to swing back.
they
They
ate
got the audacity to say stop punching me,
dude,
and they punching us in the head every day, and
they
y'all co-signing this shit.
they didn't
You know what
kill
I'm saying? We had normalized our own disrespect so much that we're not even aware of when we disrespect it.
because you don't know what sovereignty is. If you're sovereign, you're always gonna be, protecting your sovereignty. So when you don't protect your sovereignty, you will be you will be disrespected because some Viking will come over and put your kids into slavery.
It yeah, y'all allow them to say
They
shit
don't
that y'all like. They allow them to say shit like you ain't like the rest of them, or some shit like yeah you're cute for a dark skinned chick. You
I'm
allow them to say shit to you, and you get all giddy and smile because you're happy to have a compliment from your adversary,
well, you should
from
just say
your oppressor.
the white people.
But what I've been saying for years, these motherfuckers is the masters of hiding the insult and a compliment,
It's
and a gift wrap it. They gift wrap a insult and a compliment and give it to you.
inside jokes. Inside jokes, bro. Cultural inside jokes. They got cultural inside joke codes. Black people be doing stuff and they be like, yeah, man, I went up to those white people and I showed off. Well, they're
Yeah,
laughing
when you come in the room and they start saying, "Hey, what's up for shizzle, my nizzle? What's up, brother man?" and all that, and
at
they mocking you, and you like, "Oh yeah," you trying to teach them more slang and shit, so they can
me.
mock you. They can mock you more efficiently.
Well, that's why I've been studying
What
European.
the whole reason of slang was so
Dude,
these people don't know what we talking about.
let me tell you
But
something.
y'all got on some Moorish shit, right? You just had to teach them
More,
motherfuckers something.
say
You
it right. Say it right. Say it
you
right.
just had to. Your claim to fame got to be that I taught the white folks this and that,
On some moronic.
and
It's
then what they do? April
more.
Fools, right? They
It's
do
more.
April Fools on you, and then now they got you running for your life and shit. But you ran out your way to teach these motherfuckers some shit. Why you ain't teach it to the brother man? You taught it to the other man.
So basically, a Moor is a moron, dude. You can't be like happy with what they did. You can't be happy. I mean, if you study history, look, if you study a little bit of European history, just a little bit, you would have so many comebacks. They would be, what do you call it? They would become dumpsters, dude. All you got to do is just figure out who are
Like,
they.
all right, name a other group of people that glorifies traitors. Like glorifies people who took the secrets of your people and gave them to somebody else for their benefit. Name another group of people on the planet who glorifies traitors. What's the universal penalty for treason?
Are you talking about like the Donga people? Like,
We already know. You
yeah,
ain't got to know. Listen, you ain't got to know the
talking about
name of not one culture on the planet, but you understand the penalty for treason.
the Woman
So,
King.
but you can't name a group of people or a figurehead, a organization that any other group of people glorify that are guilty of treason. You can't name it.
The Woman King. The
That's
Woman King.
fiction. That's fiction. But I'm saying in reality, like all right, like
It's
we
based off of fact.
listen.
It's based off of fact.
I respect the Morris Science Temple, right? But in all actuality, we got to keep it a beam. You had no business going out your way to go teach some people that use this shit against you and fuck this all up.
and don't have a place to call your
And
captain.
it's like we don't even want to bring that up because that's like accountability, and that's not a strong suit for us.
Well, look,
We like to point out what everybody else did to us, but we don't like to point out our role in it,
well, our
or,
uncle,
or our inactivity to do something about it. And that's what this whole like gang banging shit is about, where motherfuckers is like, I'm not supporting the African business today, and I'm going to post anti-African videos online for the rest of my life, and you feel like that's going to turn into you owning America again.
well, first you got
It's just not. That's just that kind of thought process is just not based in reality.
you protect the
Because even with the Moors, even the Moors have a more realistic approach. They like at least they saying like we gonna file some paperwork. Now you want to file paperwork with people who have broke treaties with everybody on the fucking planet. You go ahead and do that, but I mean, I wouldn't bet on that. I wouldn't bet that you could paperwork your way back to being in the driver's seat of America. I don't think that's how it worked. Where these people they put together all this political jargon. They got Senate bills that look like phone books and shit like that. And then you want to come back and say, you know what, I reclaim my sovereignty because I filed paperwork with the government, and now because we figured out we got enough signatures or enough certified stamps from the same government that these people are going to now go back to where they came from. Like, all right, like look at what's happening around the world.
they're
You got
deporting.
governments,
Listen,
and
this
you
is
have
what's happening
governments on the
around the
brink
world.
of collapse.
They're deporting people that's running up to they're actually getting their citizenship. They're deporting them who's waiting for citizenship. They're deporting them. That's what I saw it today. They deported this war vet whose wife was just about to be a citizen, and then she did something with the checking, and her checking thing got confused, and then since that.
But like, let's just get to the meat and the potato. Where are the people who are saying let's have our own internet? Where are the people who are saying let's have our own energy grid? Let's create our own electricity. Let's have our own telecommunications network. Who's saying let's develop and do for self? All of these different people, these
the
groups that we're
African,
talking about, they
the
all got something in common. They either
was
waiting on some type of
the
magical
African.
being to come and save them, or they telling you to keep doing the same thing over and expecting different results. So they telling you to go hit the ballot box and make a wish, for a person to vote on your issues. And then no, and those people they can take they can take a month off and they can go do what they want to do while you hang in the balance hoping that they make the right decision for you because you gave them a job. They want us to keep practicing that bullshit and waiting on somebody who every generation since the creation of that story has thought that that person was going to come and save them.
Well, let me give you the answer.
And y'all waiting on that person
Your
for the
question,
umpteenth time
the
in
answer,
terms of generations. You know what I'm saying?
answer
We're practicing things that have little to any data that suggests that they work.
exactly. You don't need to elaborate at all because I need to answer your question. The answer is Africa. Africa set up their own internet over there. They did that. It's already been done. They separated from the EU system. They have their own shit, bro. It's
Now it makes sense.
Syria.
Now you see why delineation is being
Wait,
fucking
already
uh
already been built.
is being injected
It's
into our
built.
community. It's like
Oh, listen,
no,
it's
but
all
this is what I'm saying. Delineation and isolation is being injected into the subconscious of us as a collective.
the only people that's going.
So but it's happening because of the very things that you're saying. If you got people networking internationally, right? And they're aware that that y'all got your own internet over there, y'all got your own this and that. Well, damn, how can I get down with that?
You ever
They
heard of
don't want that. They want you to not like these people so much that you want them, you gonna call the police on them, you gonna get them deported, you gonna say hateful things to them. You ain't gonna you're gonna disassociate with them, and in that moment, you never bridge the connection to find out what's going on the other side of the world. And you could be either making a new alliance, obtaining a new resource, or making some money, or finding a family member. But all these things are being crippled and cut off because the social engineering is suggesting that you stay away from these people who are claiming their sovereignty.
Hey, the whole word is sovereignty. The whole theme of the Bible is sovereignty. You're either going to follow the darkness or the light. These motherfuckers are the motherfucking darkness. Like, they might be looking white, but they're dark souls. There's some of them don't even have souls. Most of them don't. Sensitized.
That's why they got these figureheads that come out and tell you to stay away from this people and don't mess with those people and all of that, because look at all of the things that's happening over there right now. You know, you got people who've been stripping and extrapolating the land for God knows how long. They being kicked out of the continent and sent back packing where they came from, right? We seeing people reclaim the government, you know, and put people who look like them in place and who really standing up for the right thing. They're putting those people in place. We
Let me
see we're seeing these things to the point that they try to cut off connection so that you can't see this shit on the news. You can't go on their news and see what kind of revolutionary things that they doing, because they don't want you to get no ideas. So
and
they
look.
get these little sock puppet accounts and these two-faced, ear tap motherfuckers. They get them to come and they say, yo, turn up the throttle on the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? We can't have no reconnection of the diaspora. We have to have these people completely hating each other. So
About divide,
so we calling all our people
describing
in.
divide and conquer. Yes, you are. That's what you're describing.
Yeah,
It's look.
absolutely.
No,
That's what they're doing, because right now is one of the easiest times to reconnect with people on the continent, because it's simply because you're being inspired by the things that you're seeing. Like, all right, like case in point, they now when they created the Black Panther character, right, for the comic book.
is Jamaica in the Caribbean?
Yeah, yeah.
What
So
about
look, what?
Haiti in the Caribbean?
Yeah, come on, man.
Where's going to be? Right?
Just spit that shit out, man.
Yeah. So I'm trying to let you understand what's going on. How many Haitians got kicked out this year?
Just spit that shit out. You
Okay.
know what I mean?
Where is going to and Russia is in Venezuela along with China, which is only 1,900 miles away to Miami from Caracas, literally.
Right.
They got jets in there that can fly. They got hypersonic jets, hypersonic bombers that can be in Miami in 1 hour. All hell breaks loose. And when that happens, like, what are people going to do? Like, seriously, what are these motherfuckers ready to do? Are they ready to? Because they're consumers.
I
Consumers
mean, you got a lot of people who talk about
can't
being.
build nothing, bro. And that's the
You
problem.
got you got a lot of people that talk about being independent,
Yeah, they can.
but they're independent. Their independence is the state of being dependent. So they are in the state of dependency. That's your independent.
Your independence is sovereignty that cannot be.
Because the reason why I'm saying that is because if right now, if the whole system as you know it shut down, like, when they say a government shutdown, like, it's like that wasn't really a government shutdown. But let's say a real government shutdown.
In the midst.
Let me say this. Let's say a real government shutdown happened where the water stopped running, the electricity stopped working, everything that the government supplies just stopped.
What can you do for yourself?
Yeah. So you can say a lot of people
You have
concept of
to very.
independency. But listen, look, a lot of people concept of independency is that I have the money to pay for the things that I want. But
You don't
all
have.
right, like there's places in the world where people have like they can be kicking diamonds down, like big diamonds, just kicking it down the street.
Yeah, you don't
They
understand.
don't. It ain't no pawn shop at the corner that they can
They
go
don't
get the
get
money
it.
for.
They
So
can't.
if you live somewhere where there is no store, there is no nothing like that. You don't have like you can have money, but if you don't have anywhere to buy shit at, then what good is the money?
You're
You know what I'm
telling
saying?
me to be a flood.
Like so a lot of people are in the state of dependency,
It never
thinking
rains.
that they're independent because if the system go down and it was up to you to find your own clean water, a lot of people would die. It's
They
up
don't.
to you to hunt your own food or grow your own food. A lot of people gonna die. It's up to
They don't
you
believe
to get your own electricity. A lot of people gonna die.
making money is not
And these people believe that they're independent because they have money to buy the things. But
making.
but when you get your cable cut on, you could pay the bill, right? You pay the bill, and the people come out. They those people who wiring the cable up in your house. You are dependent on them. Yeah, you think you a big shot and all that. You don't know how to hook up no damn cable. So them people come in there and they plugging up the cable in your house. You hoping that they do a good job. You ain't even got sense enough to pay attention to even try to learn something to say, well, let me figure out let me watch this motherfucker so I'll know how to do it myself. You just think you a big shot to say I paid for this shit. You know what I mean? So a lot of people don't have the independent mindset, to learn how to do things for themselves. I think that nigga frozen or something. Hold on. Shit, we might both be frozen. Oh yeah, so they got him out of here. But you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna finish my point, but a lot of people is in a state of false independency. You know what I mean? When they break up the street, right? And you gotta drive down the road. You gonna go out there and relay the road? Like, you got a lot of people who, like, I remember times where, like, they saying it's gonna snow, it still ain't snow, right? Like, I think they might have sold us a bill of hay. But it's funny because I was supposed to record the news tonight. I was supposed to record the snow, and it never snowed. And that's why I was waiting here and shit, because I was waiting to see if it was gonna snow. But if it snowed real bad, and you had to dig out your car. Most people got their mind set, yeah, I'm gonna dig out my car. But if your street is snowed in, most people just gonna be stuck on the block because they don't have the mindset to say, hey, let's all come together and get our shovels and shovel out our own block. We can shovel and the road out to the main road so that we can at least get to the highway or get to where we going. As a community, we don't have that mindset. As a community, we wait for somebody else to come, and we expect the government to come and sprinkle the salt and bring the plow down the block. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't do that shit, then you completely just forget your car. You like, fuck it. I guess I can't drive now. So being independent is having an independent mindset that you want to do for self. You know. So when you keep delegating your responsibilities to somebody else, whether it be a political party or be some cult leader or some organization or some spiritual guru or some sky daddy, you know what I mean? you know it's like it's cool to have a concept, a belief of God or a spiritual aspect, but at the same time you still want to be able to do for self, because waiting for somebody to do something for you is like it's like not appreciating your God-given talents and abilities. If you got 10 fingers and 10 toes, mouth 2 toes, 10 toes, and you can walk, jump, run, and whatever else, you know, but you waiting for a political party or for some spiritual whatever to do something for you, it's like God gave you these tools and this equipment, right? And you ain't using it. You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard. It's just like if you got credit or you got a limited, financing limit or something. It's kind of hard to get more shit when you already got a lot of shit and you ain't even shown that you appreciate that shit. You want more shit. You know what I'm saying? It's motherfuckers that they ain't even blessed with 10 fingers and 10 toes and can run, jump, and climb and would sing or see or whatever. So the simple fact that you got that's a blessing, And I'm saying this not just to you, but to myself. We got to remember these things, especially at the times where we get frustrated with the things in the world, the worldly bullshit, as they say. You know what I'm saying? But just making it here to be here. It's a lot of motherfuckers who ain't even made it to be here to be a person. To be able to complain about something. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of things we gotta put in perspective, and one of the things that having that international connection does is it helps you to put those things in perspective because a lot of times we be over here like, damn, I'm fucked up, I don't got this, I don't got that. But when you talk to people from the different countries, it's like, damn, you appreciate what you have. And they want people to not appreciate what they have, so much so that America is one of the most depressed countries in the world. Now think about it. You got people. How is that even possible? Where you got people that they call Spanish motherfuckers wetbacks. You know what I'm saying? Because a wetback, they saying this motherfucker swam into the country or climbed up under some gate and through the swamp or some shit, so his back got wet. So hence the term wetback. So you got people who develop derogatory names just from just trying to get to the country because and at least they have a belief that they come here, which is often true. I don't even want to say it's not. The belief that they can come here and find a better life. You know what I'm saying? And especially when you're taught that America is the best country in the world, a lot of people is going to concur with that belief to say, yeah, this is the best country in the world. So if this is the best country in the world, and people will get inside of shipping containers just to come here and do all kind of drastic, dangerous things just to get here, then why do the people who live here like sometimes lead the list in depression? How are we even that far up on the list in depression if people is so desperate to get here? You know, because they keep your mindset isolated. You don't have a worldly mindset. You know what I'm saying? You don't think about other things in the world. Therefore, you don't appreciate what you have here because you normalize things. You normalize walking to the corner store. You know what I'm saying? You normalize going out job hunting and shit like that. In other countries and shit, motherfuckers, it ain't no jobs. Where the fuck they gonna get a job at? If you are in a part of the undeveloped part of the world or undeveloped part of the city, you know what I'm saying? You might not be able to put a job application in nowhere or find it somewhere to spend some money and splurge or something. So we take the things that we have for granted, but a lot of that is done intentionally because if you had a more worldly mindset, then your actions would be different. You would be more receptive to having international relationships, you know, and you would be able to take part in some of the things that the amenities of having those international relationships would bring you. But having that isolated mindset, it cuts you off from all of that. So, just like Rick was saying before he got cut off, if these brothers is over here developing cars and internet and all kind of different advancements in technology, things that could essentially change the world, if you was to just so happen to have a connection with some of those brothers that are doing things like that over there, you would have first dibs on that, and that might change your lifestyle. You might be a part of something that's would be considered being on the right side of history. You know what I'm saying? So, just causing that dissension and delineation, it benefits the status quo and essentially your oppressors more than most people realize. You know what I'm saying? Uh, shit, man, hit the link, man. You gotta get with the, you know what I'm saying? Hit that link right there. Boy, y'all. You know, I was trying to bring my homie on, see if he's gonna come on and shit. Let's see him in the comments. Shit, I was about to land that plane. You know what I mean? Because I was shit been on here for like an hour or something. You know what I mean? I waited for Rick to come on, and I think his phone probably died or some shit. You know. But you know, we gotta get back to the more structured shit that we more accustomed to. You know what I'm saying? So I sent you the invite right there. Just click the link. It should be sending you a link. Just click that on. You know what I'm saying? It should let you off. Um, it's saying that you're unable to join. I think that's probably because you're on the internet. See, like I gotta, yeah. You can only, uh, you gotta have an app to get on the live stream. You know what I mean? So I'm assuming that's what it is. That is nutty though. Like let's say like you like run a business or something and like you do live streams like annual regularly and like you lost your phone or some shit. Like you should still be able to do well. I mean you can do. I guess you could do a live stream through like StreamYard or something. You know what I'm saying? Without having your phone or like the program shit. Like um yeah, I gotta see what's up with that program shit. Cause that's like the program shit is like it's like stream basically it's like StreamYard for Instagram. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't think it's gonna let you on because you're on the internet. You know what I'm saying? But you know that's the way that they pull people into using the app. You know what I mean? But like that's what I was saying to you. Just get a dummy phone. Get a dummy phone that you can use the apps that ain't really connected to nothing. You know what I mean? That's one way that you could utilize those different tools without you know um, increasing your digital footprint. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm about to wrap this shit up. Yeah, we could just talk on the regular John or get on the StreamYard and shit. Yeah, we could just get on StreamYard. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna wrap this shit up. It's better to know something than to believe it. Truth is undefeated. I forgot the other shit that I be saying. But yeah, we out. You know what I mean? It is what it is.